Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Berea, Kentucky on a beautiful Tuesday. And we got a cross-county matchup for you all in Kentucky high school softball action tonight as the Madison Central Lady Indians have made the roughly 20-minute trip down to Berea to take on the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. I'm Garrett Stearns, joined by Landon Eads, and as always, this game was brought to you by Bishops. You know, what's interesting about this matchup, Landon, is these teams just faced off about 2 weeks ago up at Madison Central. Lady Indians winning that one 10-1. You were there for that game, so talk about what you saw from that one and what we can maybe expect here from the rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very close and entertaining game for about 4 or 5 innings. Southern kept it close. I believe the score was around 2-1 for most of that game. But really, the result ended in Sydney Smith kind of taking over on the mound. She had 6 strikeouts, threw 76 pitches, and really dominated the game through 6 innings. And so that was really the difference as we went down the stretch in that ball game. Central got it going at the plate. Jenna Scarberry was 4 for 4 on the day. We saw Molly Neagley get it going there a couple weeks ago as well. And so as we went deeper into the ball game, I think you saw the pitching of Madison Southern wear down, and you saw Central take advantage of that. If you're coach. If you're the coach for Madison Southern, Coach Carter here tonight, you want to really be careful about when you make those pitching changes, and got to be careful with the hitters of Madison Central, and try to get them going here tonight.
So certainly much closer than that 10-1 final score may indicate. And we look at Madison Central; they're 9-4 overall on the season. Madison Southern sitting at 2-5 as they come into this game. Madison Central has won 11 in a row against Madison Southern in softball. So Lady Eagles will be looking to break that streak tonight. Randy Hall, of course, has just done a terrific job as the head coach at Madison Central, undefeated in 44th district play, and will look to continue that tonight.
Yeah, it took over in 2022, and matter of fact, in 2021, Madison Southern actually beat them in the district championship, and so immediately you saw him turn this softball program turn it in the right direction. And now they have won 5 in a row, I believe, or maybe looking for 5 this season since he took over, and has really done a nice job getting his ladies to compete for him year in and year out, and even game in and game out. Like I said, he's never lost a district game, so he's made it really tough on the other competition in the district to try to beat him, and they've been the team to beat over the last several years, and they are that once again this season.
Yeah, 4 straight district titles for Madison Central softball. As you mentioned, they'll be going for number 5 this season. A busy night in the 44th district for softball. Of course, we got Madison Central and Madison Southern playing here. Elsewhere in the district, the Berea Lady Pirates are making the trip to Paris. They fell to Paris by a final score of 11-7 yesterday, so they will look to avenge that today. And the Model Lady Patriots are headed to Barberville, where they will try to get their first victory of the season. Take a minute to talk about Madison Southern now here, Landon. They're a very, very young team. So sitting at 2-5 on the season, they've played some difficult teams, played Frederick Douglass, one of the top teams in the 11th region, and of course Madison Central is up there as well. So talk about the youth of this Madison Southern team and how they're just trying to build with experience. A couple freshman pitchers.
Absolutely. 0 seniors on this roster compared to 4 for Madison Central, and really led by 2 juniors, Reeves as well as Keener are the 2 juniors for this Madison Southern softball team. But like you said, 2 really solid pitchers. We've seen Anna Kate Kress. Yeah, she was the pitcher in that first game, and she's really taken over most of the responsibilities on the mound. They've only used 2 pitchers, but she is a freshman and a star-studded freshman at that. And she was very solid, had 3 strikeouts in that first game, and really going to be a great player for them as they go forward, and a great player for Coach Carter, and a lady that they can really build on as we go into the remaining year this season, and then as we go into the rest of his tenure here at Madison Southern.
Yeah, I completely agree. And a lot of basketball fans will recognize the name Anna Kate Kress. She had a great season off the bench for the Lady Eagles, and that's kind of a trend you see with the girls' teams. A lot of players from Madison Southern also played on the basketball team. Lillian Kirk, another one, and Jaden Terrell, another freshman pitcher they have. And then you look at Madison Central, Molly Neagley, one of their star senior players, a fantastic season with the Madison Central girls golf team. I believe she's committed to play for Eastern Kentucky University for golf. So just a lot of tremendous 2-sport athletes here at both of these schools, and we love to see it. So with that, folks, we'll take a 3-minute commercial break. We're 9 minutes away from first pitch, so don't go anywhere. We got a beautiful view me and Landon have, and our producer Gage up here up top, and our cameraman Aiden, but we can't see the scoreboard, and we're trying to get a better look on the numbers, so bear with us, but we're in for a I think, a great game tonight, and we appreciate you all for tuning in. So we'll be back in 3.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Back here at Madison Southern High School in Berea, Kentucky, where the Lady Eagles softball team will look to bounce back after falling last night on the road at Rockcastle County by a final score of 7-4. And they'll be looking to break an 11-game losing streak at the hands of the Madison Central Lady Indians. So talk about some of the top hitters from this other team, Landon, and then talk about some of the top hitters from Central as we look ahead for this matchup.
Yeah, we've already talked about Anna Kate Kress, who has took over much of the pitching responsibilities. She's also been spectacular, probably the most consistent hitter of the year from Madison Central. She actually comes in battering .364 in 22 at-bats this season. She has 8 hits, 3 RBIs, and she's been really good and really solid for them. Along with her, another lady, one of the 3 hits in that first game for them, Lillian Kirk, the sophomore for them, number 23, another player to look out for on the plate for Madison Southern. She's batting .318 so far this season. So those are 2 of your ladies to watch. The other lady to get a hit the first game versus Madison Central was Kennedy Shepard, and she also has an outstanding batting average of .400. So those are the 3 ladies that Coach Carter will try to get going for the Lady Eagles. On the Madison Central side, it all starts with Devin Stewart, who has been spectacular through 41 at-bats this season. She's batting .439, which is spectacular, but maybe even more spectacular than that. She's only struck out 4 times, which is just an absurd stat there. And then we've already talked about some of the seniors. Molly Neely has been great at the plate this season. With 42 at-bats, she has 16 hits and 8 RBI, another lady that Coach Hall will try to get going here tonight.
Yeah, and I think Coach Hall has always had great hitters here since he's taken over as the head coach at Madison Central. Central always one of the top teams in the 11th region, and Southern is usually up there too. They're just kind of in a little bit of a rebuilding season. Again, we talked about how young they are. Now, looking back at the Lady Indians, it's a busy week for them last week. It was spring break for Madison County Schools. Landon, I'm sure you being a senior, as anyone knows, the school is back in full swing and approaching the end, but you guys had spring break last week, and the Madison Central softball team went down to Florida. They played 4 games, so a very busy week for them. They defeated Henry County 18-2, lost to Ballard Memorial 6-4, lost to Louisville Male 5-3, and then defeated Raceland 18-3. So split those 4 games down there. I think they usually always go down to Florida every spring break as well as the baseball team.
Yeah, like you said, we had spring break. Doesn't look like they had much of one. 4 games
That's true.
On spring break down there in Florida, and did a nice job, 2-2, and lost 2 close ones, really 4-6 there against Ballard, and 3-5 against Mel in their 2 losses. So very competitive against those teams, and those are 2 of the best softball teams in the state. So Madison Central definitely believes that they have an opportunity to make a run, not only in the district tournament, but in the regional tournament and beyond. That's what Coach Randy Hall is looking to do here as we round out this season and get into tournament play.
Yeah, and you see they've been very solid in 11th region play. They defeated Bryan Station 4-2 and 9 earlier in the season, and then they just fell to Frederick Douglass on the road by a final score of 2-1. Of course, Frederick Douglass kind of a tyrant in sports here locally, really good in every sport. So, looking at, take a look at baseball action tonight. Madison Central playing at home against Sayre, so that's a big 11th region matchup for them. Try to keep you posted if I get any score updates on that one. I know Sayre won the 11th region last year in baseball and actually defeated Madison Central in the 11th region semifinals, so that'll be an interesting one. And then the Model Patriots baseball team is at home against East Jessamine tonight.
Yeah, Madison Central, as you said, was at a game of theirs a couple weeks ago. Called a game when they played Corbin here a couple weeks ago, and their bullpen was really solid in that one. They put in 3 pitchers, and they really did a nice job controlling it. Just came up short in that one. Had a few more errors than Coach Roof would have liked, and that ended up costing them in the end. But like you said, that's a very solid Madison Central team, and similar to Randy Hall in this softball team, Coach Roof believes that he has a squad that can go deep into tournament play this season, led by senior Will Richardson.
Yeah, and I think it's a trend at Madison Central where you have several coaches who are starting to really build their own legacy. Of course, we know Coach Roof's been there forever, and now Coach Hall's building his own legacy, making his mark left on Madison Central. I believe Coach Roof has 3 11th region titles as head coach at Madison Central baseball. They are currently 12-3, and the rankings I saw today had them at number 10 in the state, which is exciting.
Yeah, pretty much a consensus top 10 team I've seen from them. Most polls I've seen come out, they're lingering around that 10th spot and have been all season long, and really just putting together a solid resume as they go into tournament play. And a team that I think definitely has a good shot at winning the 11th region this season. Obviously, we talked about Will Richardson. Also got some great young talent on that team as well. Carson Sizemore on that Madison Central baseball team. And we're looking forward to watch the Madison Central softball team tonight, who, as we already talked about, has some solid players.
Yeah, we'll get away from the baseball action, focus on our softball here, what we got going on tonight. Yeah, really looking forward to this one, Madison Central and Madison Southern. Again, Bishops are top sponsor for you all tonight, helping you bring this game home to you all, and look to continue to bring more baseball and softball action as the starting lineups are being announced right now.
Yeah, really interesting to see for Madison Central 4 seniors that have all been here for 4 years, in today's era of obviously sports in the world at large at the college level, but even at the high school level, that's becoming more rare and rare.
Yeah, you hate to talk about it, but with all the transfers, it certainly is a real thing. Take one more quick commercial break, and we'll be back for first pitch after that. So don't go anywhere, folks. Kentucky High School softball action here on WBON TV.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know.
No, like really hot.
I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carriza designs, or we can custom design your dream ring.
Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Nothing can save this blowout.
Famous last words.
Yeah, get in there. We're only down by 40.
You just can't lose with the Spicy Wings combo. Only at Lee's, famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner before the game at Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive, or swing by Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
Back here in Berea, Kentucky at Madison Southern, where the national anthem has just wrapped up and getting set for first pitch between the Lady Eagles and Lady Indians. And Landon, looking forward to it. I mean, you were here, or actually you were at Madison Central's where the first matchup was. We talked about this a little bit earlier. 10-1 victory for the Lady Indians in that one, but a lot closer than the final score may have indicated. It was 2-1. Yeah, you talked about it for a while, and these teams are used to playing each other in the district tournament, so I'd willing to bet that they'll probably play for a third time after this as well.
Yeah, a good preview for your district tournament as it comes upon us here in the next month, around a month, a little bit over a month maybe, until we get to district play here. But yeah, obviously, and a good preview for both of these coaches as well, as they can go and see what they did good and what they did bad in their previous two matchups as they go into district play. And obviously, if you're Coach Carter and Coach Hall, also an opportunity to improve tonight and try to give your team more confidence and just continue to build on your season this year.
Yeah, the season I feel like has just flown by, as it always does. We're almost, or really, it's, yeah, you mentioned it's about a month away from district play. Every sports season tends to fly by, and here we are, ready for first pitch. Of course, Madison Central, the road team, they will be batting first.
Riel will lead off, as she did in the first game at Madison Central High School a couple of weeks ago.
We got number 7 pitching for Madison Southern. I don't have a number 7 on my roster, Landon, so Anna Kate Kress and Jaden Terrell have been their two pitchers all season. First pitch is nice, though, inside for strike 1.
Assuming number 7 is Terrell, but on our stat sheet, Terrell and, like we said, Kress are the only pitchers that we have recorded here for Madison Southern.
This will be fouled off by Parks. A quick 0-2 count to start.
But for Kress and Terrell, though, in general, what experience to have that as a freshman at the varsity level.
Absolutely.
And, amazing how much better they will get this season, and already have got exponentially better this season playing against these varsity players.
I think that's the trade-off, you know, with having such a young team. Is that's going to be ball 1 on pitch number 3. But yeah, Lane, I mean, when you have a young team, you might go through some growing pains, but it's really for you're building for the future, and so I think it's a good trade-off. It's gonna be low for ball 2, and now the count's even. 2-2 pitch here coming for Riel Parks, senior, leading off for Madison Central. It's gonna be high, and the count is full.
Little windy out here today. That may be a little deceiving for those outfielders as those balls come down if they move in the air.
Yeah, we'll see. We're up here on top of the press box of the football field. Beautiful view for us, but yeah, certainly a little windy, and Parks able to get on that one. It's going to go down center field, and a base hit lead off for Riel Parks. And a good start if you're Coach Hall and Lady Indians.
Yeah, absolutely. Good patience there. Worked the bat, and then able to hit a ground ball up middle for a base hit. Can't get a clear view of the number from where we're at here, but I believe that is Sydney Smith, who we expect to be pitching tonight. Not 100% yet.
Bunt attempt goes foul there. Starts with the 0-1 count. In 7-inning game, if you're not familiar with Kentucky high school baseball, Kentucky high school softball. Although these two have been known to dug it out longer than that. Successful bunt there, and will advance Parks to second. Will be the first out for Madison Central.
And that's really the main objective there of that bunt.
Exactly.
Advance the runner, get the runner in scoring position. Nice job there by Smith.
It'll be 0-0 for Madison Central. Kate Drury. Pops that one up foul. I think Coach Hall really want to see Parks get home here, really looking for a faster start. That first meeting, it really wasn't until 5th, 6th inning until Lady Indians bats really got going.
Yeah, Kate Drury, already 9 RBIs on the season. She'll try to roll in her 10th here and get Parks home.
Nice pitch there. It's going to be in for strike 2, and it's 0-2. Pitch is high for ball 1. One-two pitch coming. Parks on second. One out here in the top of the first as we're underway at Madison Southern. Be ball number 2 to even up the count.
Parks had a 2-2 count, capitalized on it. We'll see if Drury can do the same here for the Indians.
Able to get on it with the bat. Parks is the third, and Drury will be safe. Single to advance, a runner to third, and runners on the corners for the Lady Indians in striking position here with just one out in the top of the first.
And Stewart coming up, definitely not the position you wanted to be in here early. If you're Coach Carter for the Eagles, the most dangerous hitter stepping up to the plate in Stewart.
Yeah, you mentioned Devin Stewart. Incredible batting to start the season. Just a junior, so she'll be back next year.
Pinch runner in the game there for the Indians, I believe, for Drury. Try to get a number on who that is. Can't tell from here, but...
Yeah, again, we're doing our best with the numbers. We got a beautiful view on top of the press box of the football field, but even my, well, and Landon, your young eyes are still a little tough to see some of these.
Stewart had an RBI in the first game, came around twice. she'll try to add to her stat sheet against the Eagles tonight.
Be ball one. First pitch there to Stewart.
Showing bunt there on that first pitch.
And the first baseman runner for Central has advanced to second. So runners on second and third. Will Lady Indians try to strike early here right away. Be fouled off, evening the count.
We saw that several times in that first game as well. Madison Central stealing to second base without much resistance from the Eagles.
A beautiful day for softball landing, though. A little windy, but the wind's starting to die down now, and sun's out. This is beautiful baseball, softball weather. 1-1 count. Make it 2-1. Devin Stewart at bat, next pitch. Oh, she got on that one. Let's see if it stays fair. Oh, great catch. Right field for Madison Southern, but it's going to drive in at least one, and it'll stay one for Lady Indians. They take a 1-0 lead. Good job by Stewart. At least drove in a run.
Yeah, absolutely. The second RBI on the season against the Eagles now for Stewart. Once again, great patience at the plate for these Indians hitters. Not forcing it early in the at-bats, but waiting for the right pitch. And that time it doesn't get down, but if you get hits like that consistently, eventually you'll get one down in the outfield.
Yeah, nice sacrifice fly to right. Lady Indians lead 1-0. Nice pitch there is going to be inside for strike one.
Scarberry now at the plate. She was 4 for 4, so now see if she can go 5 for 5 against the Eagles to start the year.
Yeah, Jenna Scarberry, another really talented junior. And Madison Central softball is always led by a strong senior class, but man, they just reload, it feels like, every year. They don't rebuild. It's going to be ball one of Scarberry.
And essentially that's the idea at the high school level. To have your older players train up your younger players. And by the time they're upperclassmen, they are the leaders of your team.
That one gets through for Scarberry, drives in another Madison Central run. An RBI single for the junior Jenna Scarberry, and Madison Central now leads 2-0. Get a replay on that. Gage Hill, our wonderful producer, bringing that to you.
That one just came across the bottom of the plate there, as you can see on the replay. And Scarberry, very similar to Parks, drives one up the middle.
Lady Indians now lead 2-0, top of the first. 2 outs. At this point, if you're Madison Southern, you just want to get out of the inning without allowing any more damage. That first pitch is high for ball one. You got number 18, Miley Cook, another senior for this Madison Central team. They're certainly led by their upperclassmen. That ball is going to get away from the pitcher, and that will allow Scarberry to advance to second. And it's now a 2-0 count for Miley Cook.
That's 2 steals so far for the Indians. Great situational awareness here early in this softball game.
Sure. And Cook, I feel like she's just been playing forever. I remember she was a freshman, sophomore, and she was out there. It's going to be high. It's 3-0 for Miley. Again, we do apologize. I don't have a number 7 for Madison Southern on my roster. That is who is pitching. Anna Kate Kress and Jaden Terrell, the only 2 girls who have pitched for Madison Southern this year. We're going to go with the assumption that it might be Jaden right now. Landon, her number is not listed on the roster. She gets one in there for strike one, though. But we apologize. This is another Madison Southern pitcher getting her first crack at it this year, Landon, because we talked about in the pregame. Only 2 pitchers for Southern. And let's see, Cook It's that one out as we popped up and making the catch there for Madison Southern. And that'll end at the top of the first. We'll take a quick little commercial break and bring it to the bottom where the Lady Eagles will get to bat for the first time. Solid start for Madison Central as they lead it 2-0. You'll be back watching high school softball on WBON TV.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Back here at Madison Southern High School in Berea, Kentucky, the Lady Indians and the Lady Eagles slugging it out in high school softball action, their second meeting of the season. They usually do play twice in the regular season every year in softball. You know, some of the other sports just play once, of course, then usually playing again in the district tournament, but they usually get in 3 games in softball because of that. Last year, I believe the meeting where they were supposed to play at Madison Southern in the regular season got rained out, but I kind of like that, Landon, getting 2 shots at each other, you know, in the regular season, and just further prepares you for that district matchup.
Yeah, it definitely prepares you and equips you to be more prepared for that district game. Just an opportunity to improve as well. You know,
of course.
For both of these teams.
Again, I think we talked about pregame as well, especially for Madison Southern. When you're so young, don't have a single senior on the roster, all your pitchers have been freshmen. It certainly is great experience. Lady Indians lead 2-0 here. Madison Southern will bat for the first time.
Smith will be on the mound again here for the Indians. Was very problematic for the Eagles in that first matchup.
Yeah, just 1 run for the Lady Eagles in that game that was played over at Madison Central in Richmond. And she actually clipped the Madison Southern batter, so good start for the Lady Eagles. Smith trying to shake it off.
Yeah, first pitch jitters there probably. Just let one get away from her there. A little too far to the inside.
Pitch can be ball 1 and second batters. Number 11 for Madison Southern, and working on some more numbers for you. The KHSAA app is not being our friend in terms of numbers right now, but we're working on it. Strike 1 for Smith. Gets her first strike of the game.
You should look at the infield of the Indians. Not a lower classman in the infield. Straight juniors and seniors.
Talk about it. That's pretty impressive. It speaks to the experience of this team. That'll be ball 2.
Also just builds great continuity.
Yeah.
Other ladies that you've played with before.
Of course, a lot of these girls having played travel ball together. Nice hit there, but that is a nice catch. But it's number 10 for Madison Central. And the Madison Central, Southern, base runner will be stuck at first. That's Robinson, the junior, making the catch for the Lady Indians. Number 17, Lexi Keener now at bat for Madison Southern. Junior, one of the few upperclassmen on this team. They have a couple We got three juniors, no seniors.
Keener with 5 hits on the season in 19 tries. Also has a home run for the Eagles. That ball is
popped
crushed.
out. Cannonball coming. Has to be a 2-run shot to tie the game.
How about that? I just said she had a home run, and immediately her second of the season, just like that.
A bomb from Lexi Keener, and all of a sudden we're tied up 2-2. Yeah, get a replay on that. Yeah, hit out to right, gone. And Landon, were there any, you called that, or you were on the camera for that first Madison Central Madison Southern game? Was there a single home run that entire game?
There was not. There was not.
So, first home run between these two teams when they've been playing each other this year, and just like that, we got a tie ball game.
Yeah, what a hit. And really, the first pressure that Smith has really felt versus the Eagles this season. Pretty stress-free game that first time around. But a little bit of a shaky start there. Had a pitch get away from her the first at bat that hit the batter, and then the home run there by Keener knocks this game up at 2.
It's Taylor Reeves now at bat for Madison Southern. First pitch be low, ball 1. Got to give a shout out to my guy Jamie Boggs. He did play-by-play for the Central Southern game a couple weeks back. Gave me nice heads up, gave it to Gage, and Gage let me know on this Game Changer app. So we thank our friends over who are pulling this game on the Game Changers app, so I can actually get the right numbers now, Landon, and the right names to give these ladies the proper recognition they need. Obviously, as an announcer, that's super important. You want to recognize these incredible high school athletes. And so we'll have that all fixed up for you from now on. Pitch is high. Another ball to Reeves.
Just saw one junior hit a home run. Reeves, the other junior on this Madison Southern team, will try to do the same.
3-1 count. That'll be fouled off to the right by Reeves, and it's a full count. Or excuse me, that was the first strike, sorry. So it's 3-1 now with just 1 out at the top of the first. Reeves gets on that one, and it is going to drop it.
Caught by McIntosh,
Good.
I believe, there in right field, or left field, excuse me, by the senior McIntosh for the Indians.
Yeah, what is that? The little building there obstructed my view a little bit. Landon's got me. Nice catch by McIntosh. That'll be out number 2 for Madison Southern.
Nice job tracking that ball off the bat for McIntosh, and that's a huge out for Smith. Trying to get some confidence back. A little bit of a shaky start.
Sure. Now at bat for Madison Southern is Allie Wilson, number 14, the sophomore. First pitch is ball 1, so 1-0 count.
Just the 4th start on the season for Smith. Kate Drury has been the primary starter for the Indians.
Ball number 2.
I believe Drury in the DH spot tonight for the Indians.
Pitch will be high, so 3-0 count. Smith was just terrific pitching for Madison Central in that first matchup, as you mentioned, Landon. So.
Yeah, really controlled the game, like I said, from start to finish. Obviously, she didn't pitch the last inning, but through her 6, she was spectacular. Wow.
Shakier start here as she hits another Madison Southern batter. And Wilson will advance to first. At this point, you just got to try to stop the damage.
If you're Coach Carter,
Madison Central. Yep.
If you're Coach Carter, though, this is exactly the start you were looking for.
Absolutely. You give up 2 in the top of the first. You answer pretty quickly. I mean, that home run, I think, was by Reeves, a terrific Keener is just a terrific momentum builder. He's got to combat what Madison Central had done in the top of the inning.
Like we said, I mean, the first game, very competitive for about 4 or 5 innings. So
yeah,
Madison Southern has shown the ability to hang around with Central.
Absolutely. That was a big talking point before. 10-1 final score, a little deceiving from that first matchup in Richmond. Of course, you now see Coach Rainey Hall going out to talk to his pitcher, Smith. It looks like Shepard will be up to bat for Madison Southern. Another sophomore on this very young Madison Southern softball team, but the future looking really, really bright for him.
Yeah, Shepard was one of the 3 hitters in that first game on Smith.
See if she can do it again here. First pitch will be get a touch piece of it. You strike 1.
Yeah, Smith not afraid to go at her right after that mishap on the last at bat. Goes right at the batter here.
Yeah, she came out swinging. Swinging again there. Another miss, so it'll be 0-2. Smith's looking for a first strikeout. Trying to get it here. What would end the first inning, an exciting first inning, and she gets it, a strikeout for Sydney Smith to get out of the first inning. An exciting first inning, though, Landon, all tied up at 2. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back for inning number 2, 1 down, 6 to go. Madison Central and Madison Southern. You're watching Kentucky High School Softball on WBON TV.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up.
I'm sorry, we met our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of living with the pain and discomfort that comes with getting older? If you're like me, then sometimes just getting up can be a challenge. At Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy in Richmond, their experts are here to help get you back in the game. Whether it's a sports injury, recovering from an accident, or just the aches and pains that come with age, they'll connect you with someone who can put together a personalized treatment plan and deliver long-lasting results. Visit osptky.com to get started, or go by and see former Madison Central graduate Heather Clines.
Welcome back to Berea, Kentucky. We got a great Kentucky high school softball matchup going on here on WBON TV. Cross-county matchup within the 44th district as the Madison Central Lady Indians are taking on the Madison Southern Lady Eagles. Landon, and exciting first inning. We're all tied up at 2. Lady Indians got a couple there at the start, and then Lexi Keener with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first to tie us up.
Yeah, it was really solid. At bat there by Keener and just sat down on one and knocked it out of the park.
Hit that one to deep right. Now we're ready for the second inning. Madison Southern getting cuddled up there. Again, the Lady Eagles have lost 11 consecutive games to the Lady Indians. The 44th District Championship game in 2021 was the last time that Madison Southern was victorious over Madison Central.
What a win it would be for them if they can pull this off here tonight.
Absolutely. For a young Lady Eagles team that comes in at 2-5 and take down a Madison Central team that certainly has asserted themselves as one of the top teams in the 11th region.
Kaylee Rice now on the plate, senior from Madison Central.
Gets a ball for the first pitch. That is Jaden Terrell pitching. So we were right. We didn't have a number 7 on a roster, but I do got correct numbers now. It's going to be ball 2. We figured that's who it was, but you know, want to give the proper recognition when it's needed. So we can properly say that Jaden Terrell is out there on the mound. Freshman for Madison Southern. And done a terrific job this season. Again, they lean on their 2 freshman pitchers Terrell and Anna Kate Kress. Pitch going to be low for another ball. And now Coach Carter will come out to talk to his pitcher.
But the start on offense for the Eagles should give Terrell great confidence.
Sure, yeah.
As the pitcher there, you feel like your batters are gonna keep you up no matter what you do on your side of the ball, and we'll see if she can build on that here at the top of the second.
Always great to see as a pitcher when your batters are giving you some help.
And that's what Coach Carter probably wants here. He doesn't want this to turn into a low-scoring affair. Probably a high-scoring game would fare better for them, as they only have used 2 pitchers this season. So you prefer not to have to go too deep into your bullpen.
Into your bullpen, yep. Rice able to get on that ball, and it is going to drop in the right field. And a single for Kaylee Rice to start the top of the second for the Lady Indians.
Beautiful job driving it up right field there for Rice.
And the bats continue to stay hot for Madison Central. Again, we knew they're a very strong hitting team coming into this game. And now McIntosh will get her first at bat. She gets on it. That one is going to get through. Advance the base runners. Now runners on first and second for Madison Central with no outs here to start the top of the second. And now Smith, the pitcher for Madison Central, will hit and try to keep it going. On a beautiful but slightly windy day here in Berea. Wind has calmed down a little bit, but certainly still feel the cool breeze. Smith bunts that one up. That's going to be caught by Terrell, the pitcher. That'll be the first out of the inning.
Nice job there by Terrell, getting underneath that ball after it was popped up off the bat.
A nice heads-up play. And a much-needed out for Madison Southern.
Yeah, just about to say, crucial to get that first out, especially with 2 runners already on here for the Indians.
Riel Parks back now for Madison Central. They're back at the top of the lineup. 1 for 1 so far in this one. The bunt, they're going to call it for strike 1. See if Terrell can build on that out. The last batter. Trying to keep the Lady Eagles even here. Madison Central has a runner in scoring position on second. There's another one at first. 0-1 count to Riel Parks. That'll be low for ball 1. Looking ahead for Madison Southern and Madison Central, the Lady Eagles will be going down to London, taking on North Laurel on Thursday. Bunt there from Parks, and the throw to third will be in time. Big time player for Madison Southern. They get Rice out at third. That'll be the second out of the inning.
That was a sophomore Kirk who picked up that ball and threw it to third base. Beautiful job there.
Yeah, you get a great replay of it there. Aiden Mills, our cameraman, on it. Lillian Kirk had a terrific basketball season with Madison Southern. Great three-point shooter. Really lit it up in the district and 11th region tournament. She was on fire in their quarterfinal win over Western Hills. It was only the 4th 11th region tournament win in school history for Madison Southern basketball. Girls basketball, and now first pitch. And this Molly Neely back hitting for Madison Central. He's in there for a strike, so 0-1 count. Runners on first and second still for Lady Indians. Parks at first, McIntosh at second. Neely going to pop that one up, and Kirk has it. And you got to give a lot of credit to this young Madison Southern Lady Eagles team. They bend, but they don't break in the top of the second, and we remain tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the second. After this quick commercial break, you're watching Kentucky High School Softball on WBON TV.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
Welcome back to WBON TV, where we got some high school softball action for you all. Madison Central and Madison Southern all tied up at 2 as we're ready for the bottom of the second, where Madison Southern will be batting. Lady Eagles are looking to take their first lead of the game. Both teams scored 2 runs in the first inning, and an impressive job, Landon. We were just talking about it in the break by this Madison Southern Lady Eagles team. They Central got 2 runners on first and second to start that top of the second with no outs, but Southern bended, but they didn't break, and they were able to get 3 outs without allowing a run.
Yeah, absolutely. The combination of Terrell and Kirk with those 3 outs. Terrell, the pitcher, caught a pop-up, and then Kirk made 2 really nice plays there at the end, caught the pop-out on third base, but then also that second out was the most impressive, picking it up and then throwing out to third base to the shortstop, who I believe slid over.
First pitch there from Smith is a little high for ball 1.
A great composure by the freshman Terrell there. Didn't panic when she allowed the first 2 runners to get on, but stayed calm and got the 3 outs.
Abigail Williams batting for Madison Southern. And, oh, that one was dropped. Did she hang on to it in time? No, it's going to be safe. Scarberry kind of bobbled it at first. And so it's going to be a single to start the bottom of the second for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, a little bit of a lazy throw there from Neely. Kind of scooped it up and didn't quite get it there and made it hard for Scarberry to handle it.
That's an excellent point. A little short on the throw, almost like she kind of short-armed it a bit. And it's a good start for Lady Eagles as Williams gets to first. Our batting is a Tyree. Another sophomore, and I can keep going on about how young this Madison Southern team is, but very impressive so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely no fear tonight.
Absolutely. And I mean, when you've played a team this many times, you know, there really shouldn't be any. 2-0 count now. That pitch was high. Smith delivers. Popped up, that'll be fouled. So 2-1 now.
Both teams really using the bunt whenever they get runners on. We've seen.
Yeah, and I think you've seen more of that in high school softball.
Yes, absolutely.
In recent memory. A smart play. It's worked. It's sometimes hasn't. So far, what we've seen for these teams, that one's going to be ball 3.
Kind of just a chess match here. Which offense can get more runners in scoring positions and then have those runs drove in.
That pitch is high, and that'll be a walk. So Madison Southern now with runners on first and second in the second inning. And now Jaden Terrell, the pitcher tonight for Madison Southern, will go up to bat. Try to do some damage here. Lady Eagles have already eclipsed their scoring margin in the first meeting between these two teams. They only scored 1 run in that one. Terrell going to go for the bunt, and that's going to be popped up for foul ball. Got to give a shout out, Landon, to our guy, Mr. Michael Watkins, giving us a big pointer. Kind of a big deal if Madison Central wins tonight, as Randy Hall is looking to get his 100th win as the head coach of Madison Central. What an accomplishment that would be.
Yeah, absolutely. 100 wins in a short amount of time. Only the 5th year Hall has been the coach here, and just we talked about it in the open. Just such an impressive job he's done here in turning this program around.
Yes, undefeated in district play. Of course, Madison Southern looking to rank that tonight. Terrell swung and missed, so it's an 0-2 count to Jaden Terrell. But yeah, they've won the district every year he's been here. Made it to the 11th Region Championship game in 2024. That'll be fouled off, so Terrell will stay alive here.
Only 4 at-bats recorded here on our stat sheet on the year for Terrell, but in those 4 at-bats, 2 for 4. Has an RBI to go with it.
That one's going to be fouled off to the right, so Terrell's still battling here. Sticking with an 0-2 count. Smith trying to get a much-needed first out for Madison Central here in the bottom of the second. And a 2-2 game. Again, runners on first and second for the Lady Eagles. Terrell hit that one really well, and it's going to drop. We'll see, at least 1 runner will score, maybe 2. And they're going to stop. Let's see, they're going to stop Tyree at third, but it's Williams going in for the score, and Madison Southern has their first lead of the night at 3-2.
Beautiful job there at the plate. Great patience from Terrell, or Terrell, I should say. Drove it to middle of field.
Yeah, right down center, and got that one to drop over the head of the center fielder for Madison Central, and Lady Eagles lead 3-2. And they got runners at second and third. Still no outs here at the bottom of the second, so they're certainly looking to add more. And Jaden Terrell, of course, pitcher for Madison Southern, a big hit there. She's had a terrific game so far.
Pinch runner now comes into the game for the Indians for Terrell.
Yeah, it's the Eagles at second base. Wait and see who that is. It's going to be Bolin. Yeah, Elena Bolin, freshman, will come in to run for Terrell at second base. And Lillian Kirk is now at bat for the first time tonight. Gonna drive in a few more. Nice pitch by Smith inside for strike 1. See if Smith can settle in a little bit here. The junior pitcher again was near flawless in that first matchup. Been a little different today, but Madison Southern has come out swinging, and Kirk tried to get all of that one. It got popped up for foul ball, so strike.
Give credit to the Eagles on their batting so far tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably saw some of the stuff, I should say, or lack of a better term, stuff that Smith had in the last outing, and they're doing a nice job here tonight.
The count 0-2, another foul ball from Kirk, so she will stay alive here. Tyree at third and Bolin at second. 0 outs in the bottom of the second as Madison Southern leads 3-2. 0-2 pitch from Smith. Kirk able to get on that one, and it's going to be caught. Nice catch there, but runner will score for Madison Southern. And a sacrifice fly to right for Lillian Kirk as Tyree brings it home, and Lady Eagles tack on another one. 4-2, and Coach Carter, you got to be very pleased here. Lady Eagles capitalizing on their opportunities.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you get runners in scoring positions, and then see how many you can drive in from there, whether it's by RBI or hits. But that's a beautiful job there, just popping it out and allowing the runner to get home to extend your lead to 4 runs to 2.
And then Kate Kress now at bat. First pitch will be ball. A little high.
Yeah, Smith just really trying to find it here. Has not found her groove yet like she did in that first game at Madison Central.
Fouled off there from Kress. Will even the count 1-1. Ball in at third. Kress going to try to drive in at least one more run here. I think at this point that's the goal with an out to spare.
Kress has been the most consistent hitter for the Eagles this season. That one fouled off right.
Yeah, so certainly a person you know, if you're Coach Carter, you love to be in this position. One, 2 count now. Smith delivers, and Kress got a nice piece of that one, and it is going to drop off the glove. The center fielder for Madison Central that drives in another one for Madison Southern. I think that was Hadrick for the Lady Indians who was out there. But certainly, really though, just you got to give Kress credit for how much power she put on that ball.
Yeah, once again, drove right to center field. Center fielder for the Indians could not handle it. Went through her glove, and a standing double there for Kress.
And now Madison Southern leads at 5-2.
As I heard Jamie say in that first game, a shame that Anna Kate, AK's number is not 47.
Yeah, they actually, I don't think I got to acknowledge her the first time she was at bat, because again, my numbers that I had here were not right, but I got to give Jamie credit because this game chamber is pretty cool, and that one's be blasted. That's gone. A 2-run shot for Lexi Keeter. She hits another one. And what a second inning for Madison Southern as they lead 7-2.
Just unbelievable for Lexi Keener tonight. 2 home runs, drove out to right field. Just bombs coming off the barrel for Lexi Keener.
You know, Land, we still have a lot of softball left to be played, and we knew that after that 10-1 victory for Madison Central that this game had the potential to be closer, but neither of us, I think, were expecting this. What a start for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles have just completely flipped the script from the last time we saw these two teams match up. Lexi Keener now responsible for 4 of the 7 runs for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, both of her home runs were hit to deep right, and both of them drove in 2 runs. Has 7 runs now for Madison Southern. And we still aren't even out of the second inning. Reeves will now go to bat. Still just 1 out in the second as well. That one will be fouled off for strike 1.
Really amazing the difference and the confidence of these Madison Southern hitters in this game compared to the first time.
Yeah, I mean, it's night and day. And, you know, they haven't played that many games this season. They're 2-5. You see Madison Southern's played 7. Madison Central's played 13. So Central's played almost double the amount of games. Before Southern's lost to Rockcastle County last night, they hadn't played a game in 12 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've probably spent some time off, but they've had time to reflect, I think. And, again, it's a super young team. And there certainly isn't a fear factor when you've played a team like Madison Central so many times.
Yeah, experience, you could say, almost more at Central for Southern because of their youth. And they've played nearly half of the games, I believe, of Madison Central.
Yeah.
So that is a crucial factor here.
2-1 count now to Reeves. We fouled off to even us up. I mentioned Madison Southern's next game after this will be at North Laurel on Thursday. Madison Central's next game will also be on Thursday. That'll be down in Corbin, so both teams going south to face some 13th region opponents after a day off tomorrow. They're still both certainly focused on this one. That's going to be a ground out to first and a much-needed out for the Lady Indians. Number 2 in this inning. They still need one more to get out of it.
Yeah, you saw Molly early in the game kind of flip that to Scarberry, and it came up short that time. She made sure to get it there. Nice overhand throw to get it there on time.
Yeah, excellent play by the shortstop there. And it's a really different result from the first one. She was right on that one. Wilson back at bat, fouls off the first pitch. And I think at this point in the game, Landon, if you're Coach Hall, what do you tell? I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. What do you tell Smith? We know Sydney can absolutely ball out as a phenomenal pitcher. What do you tell her after a shaky start to this one?
Yeah, I think you just tell her, don't do anything out of character. Be yourself. Make the pitches you know you can make. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Worry about one out at a time. And allow your batters to get you back into the ball game. Still plenty of time, very, very early in this game.
We know the way Madison Central can hit, so this game is certainly far from over. Another foul ball there by Wilson. It's 0-2, and Smith is able to end the second inning as she gets the strikeout. We'll take another quick commercial break. 2 innings down, 5 more to go. 7-2 Madison Southern. They put up 5 in the second, and the Lady Eagles have the lead. We'll be back after this quick commercial break on WBON TV.
Kentucky weather is unpredictable. That's why everyone, even other local businesses, trust Madison HVAC.
Hey, it's Derek with Madison HVAC. We're here at Mann Chrysler, changing out a rooftop. It's been pretty cold. We're going to go inside and check in with Todd, who is the sales manager, and see if they're excited about getting new heat. They should have heat on this afternoon, and they would be more than happy for you all to come out and check them out, and they'll have a very nice warm lobby for you to hang out in.
Learn more at MadisonHVACR.com. Pruitt & Sons auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
We're back here at Madison Southern High School in Berea, Kentucky, where the Lady Eagles have an explosive start offensively. Put up 2 runs in the first inning and then 5 in the second, led by Lexi Keener, who's just been terrific. 2 home runs that both drove in 2 runs for Madison Southern. So she is accounted for 4 of Madison Southern's 7. They lead 7-2. And Landon, it's night and day in terms of the hitting for Madison Southern compared to the first meeting, which was just about 2 weeks ago. See, I'll get the date on that. That was March 30th. Today's April 14th. So 15 days ago, they played on a Monday in Richmond, and the Lady Indians won that one 10-1.
Yeah, but in that game as well, we saw Madison Central's batters get hot, and I think they rung in 8 runs in a span of 2 innings. So can't get comfortable here if you're Terrell or this Madison Southern defense. You have to stay on the top of things and solid here as we go throughout the 3rd inning.
Absolutely true. Terrell is going to bobble that one, and that'll be a leadoff single to start the inning for Madison Central.
That's what you want if you're the Indians. Put pressure on the young pitcher. Try to force her into some mistakes, which will allow you to get back into it.
Terrell been solid, had a big RBI in that last inning as well. Next batter up for Madison Central. I'm working on the name there's going to be high for ball 1. Drury, who had the leadoff single. And Stewart now at bat. Stewart, we talked about, has just been incredible this season for Madison Central. Pops that one up. It's going to get out and stay foul. So even the count 1-1.
If you're Terrell, something to think about is Jury stealing second base. We've seen the Indians do that several times this season when playing against the Eagles.
And she did it earlier in this one. That one is going out to right, and that'll be caught for the first out of the inning. I believe it was Tyree who was there to make the catch for Madison Southern. .40 pitches now for Jaden Terrell, and yes, that was Tyree making the catch. They're talented Madison Southern sophomore. And now Jenna Scarberry will go back to bat for the Lady Indians. First pitch, a little low, 4-1. Scarberry 1 for 1 so far on the evening. Gets on the ball there and just go foul. Yeah, pulled it to the right.
Yeah, just wait to that one there for Scarberry. But still perfect on the season versus the Eagles. 5 for 5 as she.
Yep, was 4 for 4 in that first game and 1 for 1 tonight. Now a 1-1 count to her. Drills that one, and that is going to drop. And we'll see if Madison Central scores. I think they're going to stop. Drury is going to stay at third, but a big-time hit for Jenna Scarberry. A double, and that'll advance Madison Central runners into scoring position here at second and third. Atlanta, we talked about it. They can hit you in an instant. So the Lady Indians are certainly not out of this game.
Yeah, Terrell and really this Madison Southern pitching has just not been able to solve the puzzle of Jenna Scarberry. She has been unbelievable in her 2 games against Madison Southern so far this year.
Now senior Miley Cook will come up to bat to try to add some more runs to the Lady Indians. First pitch is low for ball 1. Lady Indians had 2 to start the game off in that first inning, and then were held scoreless in the second.
Miley Cook tied for second, I believe. Yes, tied for third, excuse me, for most RBIs on this Madison Central Indians team this season.
Cook pops that one up. It'll be caught for out number 2, but it will score a run as Drury will head home. Well, let's see. Okay, that's Scarberry going to be safe at third. It was close, but she's able to get there in time, and Madison Central tags on a much-needed run to make this a 7-3 game.
Scarberry showing off the wheels there. We've seen the batting skills. Now shows off the wheels that she steals third there. Tags up and goes all the way to third after the throw to home plate to try to stop the runner coming home, but to no avail for the Eagles.
So now you got Scarberry at third with 2 outs in the inning. 7-3 Lady Eagles lead. I think it's nice if you're Madison Central, even just 1 run there. It's important to see more points, or runs I should say, getting added to the scoreboard to try to cut into that lead. Which is plenty of time left still, just the 3rd inning. We play 7 in Kentucky high school softball. Baseball as well, as Rice will now go to the bat. First pitch will be a ball. And let's see, Kirk's going to try to make the throw, and it is in time to end the inning. Nice throw by Lillian Kirk. She kind of bobbled it at first, but made the throw in time. That'll be the 3rd out, and Madison Southern gives up 1 in the top of the 3rd. Landon, some people say baseball softball is boring, but this is an exciting game. Lots of scoring tonight. We got a football score of 7-3, and we'll be back after this quick commercial break for the bottom of the 3rd on WBON TV.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
We welcome you to the bottom of the third inning at Madison Southern High School, where we have a touchdown and a field goal, Landon. It's 7-3. I'm just kidding. This is softball, not football. But certainly an exciting start to this one, Landon. Lots of scoring.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen the bat get hot here for both these teams to start this game now as we go to the bottom of the third. And Southern will try to continue that hot hitting here in the third inning.
Yeah, Madison Southern's hitting has just been very impressive so far. 7 runs the first 2 innings and looking to add more here. Only scored 1 run in that first outing.
Really, Kirk and Keener on their respective sides of the ball have been the star players. Kirk's been spectacular in the field, and Keener has been spectacular with 2 home runs on the plate.
0-2 count to Shepard, who is batting for Madison Southern. Pitch from Smith, a little high for ball 1.
And now those 2 home runs, essentially the difference in the ball game.
Yeah.
Four rung in on those
that is right.
2 hits.
2 two-run home runs for the junior Lexi Keener from Madison Southern. Big inning, I think, for Sydney Smith here, Landon. It's, she tries to get back on track again. We know she can ball out. Terrific pitcher all season for Madison Central. Had a tough start to this one. I think this is an important inning for her confidence as that pitch will be fouled off.
Yeah, can't overthink it. Do what you did in that first game. Try to put them in the zone.
Shepard pops that one up. It's going foul again, so she will stay alive here. 1-2 count.
Just one pitch at a time here for Smith. Not 100% sure what that pitch count is now for Smith, but you got to think that's getting up there as well. So
I got an answer for you. 55.
55, yeah, that's and we're just in the third inning compared to in that first game, she just had 76 pitches thrown. So try to get these outs quick with each of these batters.
Sure, I think it's an excellent point, Lane. I think was it she pitched almost the entire game. I think it was 6 of the 7 innings.
Yes.
In that first matchup. Yeah. So ball 2 there evens the count 2-2. The junior Sydney Smith. Batting is Shepard for Madison Southern. Kennedy Shepard. And Smith able to get the strikeout. Certainly a confidence builder. And that's the first out to start here in the bottom of the third.
Saw 6 strikeouts in that first game from Smith, but strikeouts been few and far between here tonight for Smith.
Certainly nice to see that one for her there. Now Abigail Williams will come to the plate for the Lady Eagles.
Abigail Williams has already rolled around at least once, I know, for the Eagles.
It's from Smith in there for strike 1. I think the catchers are overlooked. They say, Miley Cook, just a terrific, solid pitcher, or excuse me, a catcher for Madison Central. They say, Landon, catcher is one of the hardest positions in all sports.
Yeah, I've never personally played, but I could see how it would be with a speed of a pitch coming at you at that high of a rate.
Yeah, just take it over and over again.
Yeah, could definitely see how difficult that could be. And all the pressure as well. If you don't catch it, let one get away from you, especially if there's runners on base.
0-2 count now. That one will be high for the first ball to Williams.
baseball in general or softball in general, just extremely difficult sports. Requires so much attention to detail.
I don't think people realize how difficult and how much skill they take. That one will be popped up and a nice catch. 2 up, 2 down for Madison Southern here in the bottom of the third.
Well, just wild to think about in most other sports. You think about basketball, if you shoot 3 for 10, that's not a great game for you, but you hit 3 for 10, 3 of your last 10 at bats, you are a very successful hitter.
That's pretty good, yeah. Tyree will go up to the plate now for the Lady Eagles. First pitch is high for ball 1. Strike 1, swing and a miss there from Tyree. And Landon, the breeze has kind of calmed down up here, and it's really turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful setting for a high school softball game, and a rivalry game at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful weather out here. Even when it was windy earlier, just like you had said earlier, just beautiful weather. Perfect for softball. Not too hot, not too cold, but a lovely day to be out here.
2-1 count now after the ball. Here comes the pitch from Smith. That one's high as well, so 3-1 now. Madeline Tyree. That is maybe, let's see, in there for a big strike to make it a full count.
But still, you got to feel like these full counts are going to take a toll on that arm of Sydney Smith. And
yeah, that one got away from her. She hit Tyree. It's the 3rd time tonight that Smith has hit a batter for Madison Southern, and that will advance Tyree to first.
Just such a contrast from the first time these two teams matched up and Smith was on the mound. She seemed to have everything in control tonight, just struggling to find her groove through these first 3 innings.
Jaden Terrell back up to bat for Madison Southern. Of course, the pitcher, so he's back up now. Had a big time hit in that last inning for Madison Southern. Pitch from Smith. It's a little high again for ball 1. It seems like, for the most part, the pitches that have gotten away from her, Landon, have gotten away up.
Yes.
Yes. A little high of that box strike zone. And again, as you just saw, she's hit a couple batters as well.
Yeah, up and in have been the problems for her in this game, as she's hit a couple hitter as well.
Terrell gets that one away, but a nice play. I think it was Neely. Nice job to field it and flip it to first for the out, and Madison Central able to get out of the 3rd inning without allowing any more runs. So 3 down. We'll be ready for the 4th inning after this quick commercial break. 7-3, Madison Southern when we come back on WBON TV.
The holidays can stress even the best planners. Between travel, shopping, family, and everything else, you and your budget can get stretched thin fast. With CVMB checking powered by Bazing, you can make the most of the season. Score shopping discounts, save on travel, get roadside assistance, and even get paid up to 2 days early. All in one checking account that helps you make the most of the season. CVMB. Bank better.
El Mejor Mexican Restaurant in the Old Richmond Mall is cooking up something special late nights every weekend from Thursday through Sunday. Come in to try authentico Mexican favorites like menudo, pozole, birria, and tacos, tortas, and quesadillas with legendary flavors like de asada, chorizo, carnitas, and el pastor. So hurry in to El Mejor Mexican Restaurant, where they will be open till midnight every Thursday through Sunday with drink and food specials.
Back at Madison Southern in beautiful Berea, Kentucky for the top of the 4th inning between Madison Central and Madison Southern in Kentucky high school softball action. It is Madison Southern with the lead 7-3. But I think if you're Madison Central, you're building momentum right now because it was 7-2 going into the 3rd. So you didn't allow any Madison Southern runs and you at least chipped away one.
Yeah, just one at a time, one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time right now, trying to get back into it if you're the Indians. And like we said earlier, definitely have the capability to put a lot of pressure on this Eagles team and get right back into it with just the swing of a bat.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the top hitting teams in the 11th region is Madison Central. And they've always been pretty top-level region competitor every year under Coach Hall. Made it to the region semifinals last year. They defeated Franklin County in the quarterfinals and then fell to the eventual 11th region champs, the Scott County Lady Cardinals, in the semifinals. McIntosh batting for Madison Central. First pitch is a ball. Jaden Terrell still pitching for Madison Southern. Up to 48 pitches on the evening now. I went in there for strike one. You got to give Terrell a lot of credit, Landon, for how high octane this Madison Central hitting can be. He's done a great job of weathering the storm.
Yeah. At one point, Indians had the first two runners on, and she was able to get out of the inning unscathed.
Yeah,
has done a nice job controlling the game for the most part, not letting this Indians batting get too out of control and allow them to get back into this game.
Swinging a miss from McIntosh will make the count 1-2. That was the second inning, an inning that Madison Southern then poured in 5 runs themselves in the bottom. So that was certainly key play or key top of the inning for Madison Southern to get out of. And they're going to say McIntosh swung. She tried to pull back, but it was too late. And a strikeout for Jaden Terrell. And one down to start the inning. And now Sydney Smith, the pitcher for Madison Central, will come up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. It'll be ball 1. Today is April 14th. The last regular season game for these schools will be on Friday, May 15th. So right around exactly 1 month until district tournament time, which is always super exciting. That's going to be ball 2. Madison Central's won 4 straight district titles in softball, but Madison Southern showing tonight that they might have something to say about that this year.
Yeah, judging by these first 2 games, don't know which way that one could go.
Yeah,
both games now,
it's hard to say,
have been stark contrast, with the Eagles getting hot with their bats in this game and the Indians getting hot in that first one. But still, a couple innings here to play, so stay tuned here to see how this one finishes. Like we said, and then have continued to say, the Indians can get hot in a hurry.
It was a big pitch there from Terrell for strike 1. It was a 3-0 count to Smith before that. And now 3-1. Delivers on the 3-1 pitch. That'll be popped up, and that'll make it a full count here. Sydney Smith batting against Jaden Terrell. Lexi Keener, the catcher for Madison Southern. And always want to give our catcher some love, and Lexi's had a terrific game hitting the ball, so.
Pretty hard not to give Keener some love after the job she has done with the bat in her hand.
Yeah, it's been incredible. 2 home runs to right. That's going to be a walk so far for Keener, but Smith will advance to first.
Great at bat there by Smith.
Being very smart.
Really made Terrell work for it.
Good eye. Didn't need to swing at some of those, and she did. I think that's a big thing. I'm kind of teaching my little brother baseball. He's in 3rd grade. He's kind of first getting into it, and I think that's one of the big things you first teach a youngster like that is you kind of look for having a knack for seeing the ball and if it's going to be in the strike zone, if you need to even swing or not.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially in a game like this where you feel like you have to swing your way back into it, but that's not necessarily always the case. If you can just get on base from balls, you can allow your teammates to maybe swing one through and pull you to home plate.
Back to the top of the lineup for the third time now for Madison Central. This is Riel Parks. She's 1 for 2 so far. Started the game off with a single. First pitch to her is in there for strike one. Parks, one of 4 seniors on this Madison Central team.
And Smith probably understood the assignment there, trying to get back to the top of the lineup. Just get on base and then allow the ladies following you to put you in a good spot to score.
That's exactly what she did. Pitch will be ball number 1. 1-1 count to Parks. You're in the top of the 4th. Again, either way, we're getting interesting history tonight, Landon. If Madison Southern wins, they'll have their first win over Madison Central in 5 years. Nice hit there by Parks. Oh, but a diving catch. Let's see, it was may have been Shepard out there who made the catch. I'll confirm that here in just a minute. Terrific diving catch.
Yeah, 0-0 Shepard was the one with that play. What a play in center field.
Just got under it, and that's going to be out number 2.
Just pick that off the ground. Spectacular play by Shepard.
And now Molly Neely will come up to bat.
And these young ladies really showing such great potential for the Eagles here tonight.
Absolutely. First pitch in strike one. Back to what I was saying, though, so Madison Southern's lost 11 straight to Madison Central. 2021 was the last time they beat them, so they're trying to break that tie. But if Madison Central wins, head coach Randy Hall gets his 100th win as the head coach of the Lady Indians. So either way, we're in some pretty cool history to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
0-1 count there. That was going to be low for ball 1.
Just a great test for the Indians here. Putting yourself in a position that you didn't expect to be here tonight and seeing how you respond. That's pivotal for Coach Hall here tonight. How will the Indians respond to adversity?
Neely gets contact on that one, but it will be caught out there kind of to center field. And that'll end the inning. Another strong inning from this Madison Southern pitching and fielding unit. And we'll take it to the bottom of the 4th. Still 7-3 Lady Eagles here. You're watching high school softball on WBON TV.
Precision Gas Plumbing is affordable, fast, and reliable. A local fireplace dealer that offers gas, wood, or electric fireplaces, grills, outdoor heating options, and propane tanks. They also offer existing fireplace services, gas line installs, repairs, and propane delivery. Serving Madison, Fayette, Laurel, Rockcastle, Pulaski, and other surrounding counties. Trust Precision Gas Plumbing and stay warm and save money on your electric bill. Like them on Facebook or call 859-228-0077.
Looking for the best place around to buy and sell your gold? You found it with Planet Pawn at 425 Richmond Road North, the only building in Berea with a gold roof. Whether you're buying or selling, go see Clint, Shane, and the guys at Planet Pawn. They buy anything of value. Need quick cash? Bring in your items and get paid today. Looking for value? You'll find it here at Planet Pawn. Planet Pawn under the gold roof at 425 Richmond Road North, Berea. Cash when you need it and deals every day.
Ready for the bottom of the 4th here at Madison Southern. High school softball action within the 44th district. The Lady Indians and the Lady Eagles going at it. 7-3 Madison Southern in front right now. The result, or a score that might be surprising to some people, Landon, as the Lady Indians won 10-1 when these teams played just 15 days ago. But you know, that game was 2-1 for a very long time. We've talked about that many times. But Landon, in the last inning, or the top of the 4th, I should say, you were touching on how this is probably good, great opportunity for Madison Central, great experience to be in this position, because you think it's certainly better to be down 7-3 to Madison Southern in this regular season game than it would be in, say, the 44 district tournament here in a month.
Yeah, absolutely. And just continuing to build not only on your experience against Madison Southern and how you will respond against Madison Southern, but just in general as you go into 11th region play. How will you respond when you're put in tough situations? That's just a question that is across sports, across team sports. How do you respond as a unit when you're put under pressure? And we're going to find out here as we go down the stretch here at Madison Southern High School.
Southern, of course, trying to tack on more here, though, as they will be batting in the bottom of the fourth, playing at home.
Kylie Lewis, who checked in just for one inning for the Indians in that first game, will check in and be the pitcher here for Randy Hall.
Sydney Smith's day is done. She pitched the first 3 innings for Central. She pitched the first 6 in their first meeting, but the pitch count gotten pretty high for her through the first 3 here. And Lillian Kirk now at bat for Madison Southern. She fouled off the first pitch to the left, so 0-1 count to start.
Lewis has appeared in 4 games prior to tonight. Just a sophomore for the Indians.
Kirk fouls that one off to the right this time, and it's now 0-2. Pitch, Kirk able to get on it. And the throw is going to be in time for out number 1.
Nice pick there from Scarberry. Throw a little off target from Stewart, and you see Stewart go and give her a hug.
Yeah, she
knew she got away with one there.
It was Stewart making a long throw to first base, but Scarberry able to adjust. And got to feel good for Lewis. She gets her first batter out there. And now Anna Kate Kress up for Madison Southern. Crushed one at her last at-bat. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Fourth home game for Madison Southern. They're 1-2 at home this season. Losses to Frederick Douglass and George Rogers Clark, and a win over Montgomery County. Another foul ball, so it's 1-1 now for Kress. Kress able to get on that one, but catch in center field made by Hatterick, and that'll be out number 2, 2 up and 2 down to start the bottom of the fourth.
Nice job by Hatterick. Really getting good read off on that ball off of the barrel.
And up to bat now is Lexi Keener, who really needs no introduction after what she's done tonight. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Lewis goes after her.
Yeah, new pitcher this time,
yeah.
So that certainly is a difference than before. First pitch will be low for ball 1. Ball number 2.
Just don't want to leave one hanging over the plate there. We've already seen the danger of Keener in this ball game tonight.
Just crushed 2 balls out to right. 2 2-run home runs, so she drove in a total of 4. And now it's a 3-0 count.
And at this point, if you're Hall, do you just settle for the walk instead of putting one over the plate?
I was just about to bring that up. At this point, I don't even know if you can be mad with a walk. And that's what's going to happen.
2 low and 2 to the outside. Very cautious there from Lewis, as you should be with the danger of Keener.
So now Reeves will come up to bat. Taylor Reeves, a junior, 0 for 2, still looking for her first hit. A game where a lot of Madison Southern batters have gotten in on the hitting action.
Junior Stewart here will come out to have a conversation with Lewis.
Lewis will ready. Keener at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Reeves batting. Fouls that one off to start the count, 0-1. A 1 pitch here from Lewis, and that's in there for another strike. 0-2. A strike away from ending the 4th inning. But get on that one as Reeves. It's popped up. And the catch is made to end the inning for Madison Central. So that'll bring us to the 5th. Still 7-3. The bats have cooled a little bit for both teams, and we got 3 innings left. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching high school softball on WBON TV.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Welcome back to WBON TV. We got some high school softball action for you. Right at the 5th inning. Madison Central and Madison Southern here at Madison Southern. And the Lady Eagles with a 7-3 lead after 4. No scoring in the 4th inning, though. I think, Landon, the pitching has started to settle in a little bit for both teams.
Yeah, certainly Lewis did a nice job as she checked in, kind of settled things down for the Indians field. And obviously we've seen Terrell be solid over the last several innings here, not allowing the Indians to get too hot.
Sun starting to make its way down. A beautiful night here in Berea. 7:27 is the time now. They say spring, Landon, can be kind of a boring time for sports. You got baseball and softball on after the basketball season's over, but really it's a very busy time. We had spring practice for football going on behind us. It's going to be popped up and a quick out to start the top of the 5th here. And now we got some soccer going on behind us. It's really, you know it as a basketball player too. This is the time of year when you really want to put on some weight, grow muscle, and get some of those foundational skills ready for the main season in the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. As a basketball player or any sport, it's really to work on your game. It's a year-round thing. As you can improve in the off season. And in the spring, certainly we have baseball, which came on MLB just now starting up, just been going here for a couple of weeks. And we've seen high school baseball now here for about a month, but never a dull time in the world of sports.
It was Kate Drury who popped that first out there for Madison Central, and now it's Devin Stewart, who's 0 for 1 on the day, but Stewart, terrific batting average on the season. See if she can get going here as Madison Central still searching for kind of a spark to get them going, get them back into this game. They certainly aren't out of it.
Just one hit could get you going.
Pitch is inside. That'll be strike 1, makes it a 2-1 count. With 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Stewart certainly one that if you're Coach Hall, can do that for you.
Terrell delivers another pitch, and there is Stewart getting on it, but it is hit out to the center field where Shepard makes the catch. And quickly, 2 outs here for Madison Central.
Mistake-free so far for Shepard in the center field, and another out there, line drive out there to her, and she makes the play.
She's been terrific out there. Some big catches for Madison Southern.
We've talked about the pitching of Terrell, and for good reason, but the field in general, the outfielders, and then the third baseman as well for the Eagles have been solid.
Yeah, so much improved from 2 weeks ago. First pitch there to Scarberry, who's now at bat. It was high for ball 1. Next pitch for Terrell will be her 70th pitch of the game so far. So we'll see how much further she lasts, but done a really, really solid job tonight. Had a big hit for the Lady Eagles as well. It'll be ball 2.
Both starting pitchers tonight have got on base as an offensive player, as Smith was walked earlier.
It'll be another ball, and it's 3-0. Jenna Scarberry trying to provide a spark for the Lady Indians here.
She's been good at that so far for the Indians through these first 2 games.
She's been the one consistent thing I think we can talk about through these 2 games. 2 games between these two felt very different. But if there's one thing that's been constant, it's been Jenna Scarberry's ability to hit the ball. That one is inside for the first strike here. This at bat, 3-1 now. Scarberry 6 for 6 now combined.
Yeah, you could say she's been a little bit more than a spark. She's been on fire through these first 2 games.
True. That spark is lit in a fire already. It has been burning for a while. Fouled off there, and is now a full count. Jaden Terrell will try to keep Jenna Scarberry from getting on base. This is something Madison Southern has not done so far this season.
It would be 7 consecutive. Just so impressive from Scarberry against the Eagles this season. And that's got to give you great confidence as you go into district play.
Absolutely.
And face the Eagles again. Seemingly seeing all of the pitching that the Eagles have to offer. You've seen Kress, and now you've seen Terrell, and been successful against both.
Scarberry will stay alive off another foul ball. Yeah, Anna Kate Kress and Jaden Terrell, just the 2 girls who pitched for Madison Southern this season. But think about how much of that experience that is. We will see if they throw in another one later in the season. So far, it's worked out for them. It's certainly working out for them today. And they strike out Scarberry, a big-time strikeout for Jaden Terrell. And Madison Southern gets out another inning without allowing more runs. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. Still a touchdown and a field goal here in this Kentucky High School softball matchup. We'll be back on WBON TV.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Back in Berea, Kentucky for some high school softball action. Landon, I'm getting hungry, man. We just watched the Nuevo commercial.
Yeah, just saying, some Nuevo sounds really good right now.
That sounds really good right now. We got a softball game to finish calling for you, and a real intriguing one at that, as Madison Southern has probably surprised a lot of people tonight with a 7-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th over Madison Central.
Yeah, it would certainly be a stunner here if the Eagles are able to pull off this upset.
Wilson now batting for Southern. Lewis pitching for Central. This is her 2nd inning after Sydney Smith pitched the first 3.
Beautiful pitch there from Lewis.
Now 0-2. It's going to be ball 1. Close, but a little outside. Wilson 0 for 1 on the day for Madison Southern. And you got a piece of it, but it's going to be a quick out at first. And Lewis continues to be really strong here for Madison Central. Kylie Lewis, the sophomore, came in last inning, still hasn't allowed a run, and there's another out here to start the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, 4 for 5 on out so far, only allowing the walk to Keener, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
So far, nice job by Lewis.
Lexi Keener with 2 home runs, so can't be too mad with a walk, really. It's a strike here to Shepard. Come out to the plate. Shepard 0 for 2 on the day. But made some great catches. She has certainly made her impact on the game, even if she hasn't gotten a hit yet.
Yeah, now 1 for 3 against the Indians. Or not 1 for 3, but had 1 hit, excuse me, in that first game against the Indians.
Swing and a miss there. It's now 0-2. Again, we thank you all for joining us tonight on WBON. Beautiful night for high school softball. Rivalry matchup at that. Shepard gets on that one, but it goes right to Lewis, who makes the throw to first for out number 2. Great play from Lewis to Scarberry, being heads up. And 2 up, 2 down. Start the bottom of the 5th.
Teammates coming to show up after that beautiful play by Lewis.
And yeah, I mean, very well deserved. Lewis been really strong since she's come in to relieve Sydney Smith.
Yeah, very steady on the mound so far for these Lady Indians.
It's Williams now at bat for Southern. Fouls off the first pitch to the left. We haven't really seen Southern do much damage in left field. It's been center field and right field especially that is where Madison Southern has done a lot of their damage. Haven't scored since the 2nd inning, though. They haven't needed to, as Williams fouls off another pitch to left. The 0-2 count. They had that big 5th inning. They put up 5, put up 2 in the first before that, and just have been solid, defensively ever since, and so they've been able to hold this lead.
Yeah, really, we've seen way fewer errors from these Eagles than what we saw in that first game. And that was essentially what cost them the game. Obviously, Smith was spectacular in that first game, but that was a huge factor, was the errors from the Eagles in that first one. And Coach Carter's got to be pleased with how his Lady Eagles have cleaned that up here tonight.
Absolutely. Another foul ball from Williams. She'll stay alive. Two pitch coming from Lewis again. Delivered maybe a little low for first ball of the count.
It's always a little bit of a chess match in your mind, that 0-2.
Sure.
Do you try to get them to chase, or do you try to put one over the zone?
That'll be popped up, and Lewis going to make the catch herself. She's doing everything right now for Madison Central. What a game for Katie Lewis since she's come in. And the Lady Indians get out of another inning without allowing any more runs. The problem is they can't dig deeper into this lead. We'll see if they can do that in the top of the 6th after this quick commercial break on WBON TV.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Back again with Kentucky High School softball action. We're ready for the 6th inning at Madison Southern. The Lady Eagles still holding on to that 7-3 lead, which has been constant since the 3rd inning. The pitching and fielding really settled in for both teams. Landon, we saw some mistakes early on. Sydney Smith had a terrific season pitching for Madison Central. Had a couple, had some struggles, we could say, to say the least, early on, but Katie Lewis has been terrific in relieving her, and I think the Madison Southern pitching has been solid. Jaden Terrell's still in there, or still out there, I should say, pitching for the Lady Eagles, and she's just been terrific. really holding this high-octane Madison Central offense in check.
Yeah, certainly we see a lot of times nowadays, especially in the MLB. We were talking about earlier how pitchers have a certain pitch count on them, and then they're going to pull them. But tonight, no reason to pull Terrell. She has been solid all the way through and keeping the Eagles up here in the top of the 6th.
Up to 75 pitches now. It's now a 1-1 count after that ball to senior Miley Cook. Central they've had some hits here the last couple innings, but they haven't been able to put it together and string a couple hits together. And you got to give Madison Southern a lot of credit. Pitching from Terrell has been a big part of it, but they've had some great fielding. Some great catches been made in that outfield as well. This could be another strike. Make this 1-2.
Yeah, the Indians have been very one and done over these last couple innings. They maybe got one on first base, but to really get pressure on the Eagles, you're going to have to advance some runners.
That pitch will be out of there, so they'll even the count at 2-2. Top of the 6th, got one more inning after this one, assuming we don't go to extras. And a swing and a miss from Miley Cook, another strikeout for Jaden Terrell. She continues her great game. And a quick out to start the top of the 6th, which we've seen a lot of that recently, landing a lot of quick outs. The game's gone by a lot quicker here as of late. Kaylee Rice will come up for Madison Central. 1 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, Garrett, we'll see the senior leadership here late in this game. Can Kaylee Rice show up in a big way here and get on base here for the Indians?
It's another strike, and I really think it's just another positive and point to Jaden Terrell, who's a freshman out there striking out some pretty good senior batters for Madison Central. She's going to be a terrific player with many years to grow and develop here at Mad South. That'll be a ball. It's going to be 1-1. Rice. This is delivered, and Rice able to get something on it, but it's popped up and a nice catch. I believe that was Williams who made the catch for Madison Southern. 2 up, 2 down. Terrell able to get another one of these talented Madison Central seniors and send them back into the dugout.
Yeah, never getting behind in the account. We've seen her stay ahead for the majority of this game.
I mean, you got to give her credit for the resilience she showed, too. Madison Central jumped out to a 2-0 lead pretty quick in the top of the first, and to have just allowed 1 run since then is very impressive. Throws another strike. This is McIntosh now. If we look at Madison Central and that set of games they played down in Florida over spring break, they had 2 games. They burst out for 18 runs. So they have a high-octane offense. They can scored 10 in the first meeting. Another strike thrown by Terrell. That's baseball softball for you. It can be, it can be different. I know the MLB, it's a little different than high school level, but anybody can beat anybody on any given night. That's why we play the games. And let's see, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 as McIntosh got something on it, but another great fielding play made by Madison Southern, and we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Madison Southern will try to tack on a couple more before the Lady Indians will have one more chance in the top of the 7th. 7-3 Southern. We'll be back after this quick commercial break on WBON TV.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Ready for the bottom of the 6th now on WBON TV, Madison Central and Madison Southern. Lady Eagles, after this, will be 3 outs away from the win. Try to tack on a couple more before that, though. 7-3, and it's been this way since the 3rd inning. Lady Eagles got all 7 of the runs in the first 2 innings and have just really played excellent on the defensive side. Great pitching, great fielding. Start off with a bunt, and she's going to make it to first in time. Still waiting on a number for that, but good start for the Lady Eagles. And Katie Lewis has come in to pitch for Madison Central. It's only the 2nd runner she's allowed to get on base so far. She came in the 4th. That was Tyree. So Tyree gets the bunt single, if you will. And a good start for Mad South in the bottom of the 6th.
Just amazing here. If you look at Madison Southern here, they essentially play all lowerclassmen.
Yeah.
And they have just been very successful. Wow, how about that?
Yeah, it's Tyree successfully stealing to second. Get a replay on that.
Yeah, Cook here tries to pick her off. The ball sails high.
Yeah, over the second baseman, and Madison Southern able to advance to second with Tyree, and now a runner in scoring position with no outs. And now Terrell will get a hit. And Tyree's going home. She will get there, and Madison Southern tags on another. A little insurance run, if you will, as they now lead at 8-3. Jaden Terrell just doing everything. Terrific all-around game for the Lady Eagles. Now there's replay. Again, Aiden Mills, our cameraman tonight, Gage Hill, our producer, all things in the world to then help bring this game to you guys. And Jaden Terrell has pitched this entire game. We'll see if she pitches the 7th and ends up pitching all the way through. But she's now had 2 big hits for the Lady Eagles. She drives in a run there with the RBI. And now Lillian Kirk up to bat, 8-3, Madison Southern. Runner on first with no outs here.
Talked about how most of their damage had been in center and right field. That time, short left field, right over the head of the second baseman, Parks.
First pitch will be ball 1. Kirk gonna pop that one up. See if it stays in play.
I believe she caught it. Yes, couldn't tell from our angle here, but I believe she caught it there
Miley
behind
Cook.
the dugout.
Great catch by Miley Cook. Yeah, just kind of snuck behind the dugout from our angle, but excellent play. And that'll be the first out here at the bottom of the 6th. And now Anna Kate Kress back up to bat, 1 for 3 on the evening. Just killed one to center. I think that was back in the 2nd. Drove in a couple runs, I want to say. Hits this one fairly hard, but a nice play. The center fielder going to grab that for Madison Central. Hatterick, she's made some good plays tonight, and that'll be out number 2.
Yeah, I believe Robinson started there in center field for the Indians, but then Hatterick checked in, and she's done a very nice job.
She has.
Really, both the sophomores, Lewis, aside from 1 run, and Hatterick have been very solid.
And now Lexi Keener come up to bat for the 4th time tonight. 2 home runs, and then she was walked, so can't get much better than that. Junior has been terrific. One of the few upperclassmen on this Madison Southern team, one of just 3 juniors. They don't have a senior. And just think about what a big win this would be for them tonight. And Keener's not done. She hammers this one to left field for a base hit. And she gets a single and advances Terrell to second base.
Third hit of the game now for Keener. She has definitely been the star player here tonight for the Lady Eagles.
Phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, it's if I had to give out, again, we're not over with this game yet, but if I had to give out a player of the game, I mean, Keener and Terrell both been terrific. But 2 home runs is pretty impressive, especially when you consider the fact that meeting between these first 2 teams, not a single home run was hit between either.
Yeah, you could simply go down the list, though. Kirk has been great at third. Center fielder, Shepard has been great for Madison Southern. And that's what we knew it was going to take here tonight, and they have just been extremely solid. No mistakes for the Eagles, and now have put themselves in a position to close this one out here.
I agree, Lance. It's been a complete effort from this entire young Madison Southern team, and what a win and confidence builder this would be here in the middle of the season. There's a strike to Reeves, who's now at bat. Side note, Damrell has checked in for Keener at first base to run. Yeah, Shaylee Damrell Jr. So she is running at first base. That pitch is going to get away. It was way over the head of Miley Cook, and the Madison Southern runners will advance to second and third.
Test here for Lewis. Stay composed, make solid pitches, and get out of this inning.
Yeah, you're 1 out away. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Lewis delivers, hit. That is going to stay fair and drive in 2 more for Madison Southern. What an all-around night from the Lady Eagles. That was Reeves who drove it in. She was 0 for 3 before that. Everybody getting in on the hitting action for Madison Southern. We'll get a quick replay here. And I'd said about an inning or 2 ago, Lana, that Madison Southern hadn't done much damage in the left, but there they go. They've done damage in every part of the field now tonight and lead at 10-3 in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, I would have said, Garrett, it might be kind of hard for them to hear you from all the way up here, but I don't know. Certainly they've started hitting them to left field, so they might have heard you from up here, Garrett.
They're listening to me. Wilson now at bat with Reeves on second. RBI double from Reeves, and now a hit. This is going to drive in another Madison Southern run. Wilson drives one in herself as Reeves goes home. 11-3 now, Lady Eagles.
Yeah, now the Madison Southern faithful in the dugout of Madison Southern getting excited, getting it going down there.
And they have the right to be on the verge of defeating Madison Central for the first time in 5 years and ending an 11-game losing streak, the Lady Indians. And they keep tacking them on. 4 runs here now in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, curious to what Hall is saying there. I mean, at this point, not a lot you can say. Try to get out of the inning, talk to your young pitcher, Lewis. But you just got to make a play and then kind of hope for the best and put up a fight as we go to the top of the 7th.
You know, it's just so interesting, Landon. You know, Central has won 11 straight in this series, but Southern has had some very good softball teams in recent memory. I think it's a real testament to the job that Coach Hall has done and Lady Indians' ability to always seem to win close games against these teams. That'll be the final out there as Shepard grounds out. But I mean, for this Madison Southern team, with their youth and inexperience, to be the one that finally breaks that streak and defeats Madison Central, it would be pretty impressive. And they're 3 outs away from doing that. But we will find out if they can finish the job here when we come back. Quick commercial break, and we'll be ready for the final inning on WBON TV.
Nothing can save this blowout.
Famous last words.
Yeah, get in there. We're only down by 40.
You just can't lose with the Spicy Wings combo. Only at Lee's, famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner before the game at Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive, or swing by Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
Back here in Berea, Kentucky, as the sun sets, and the sun might be setting on Madison Central's win streak against Madison Southern in softball, as the Lady Eagles lead 11-3 here in the top of the 7th, 3 outs away from defeating Madison Central for the first time in 5 years, and what would be their first time defeating Madison Central since Coach Hall has taken over. Coach Hall done a terrific job. The Lady Indians, the 4-time defending district champs. But this very young and, dare I even say, inexperienced Madison Southern team, Landon, has come to play tonight, an all-around effort. They've had terrific hitting, and their pitching and fielding has kept the Lady Indians' bats in check, and that's why they put themselves in a position to close it out here.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it by watching this game that they were inexperienced, underclassmen. You wouldn't know any of those things by just simply watching this game tonight. They've headed themselves with great composure. They've been very solid throughout this game, the pitching as well as the field play. And now they put themselves in position to get their first win in 5 years against these Indians.
Jaden Terrell still out there pitching. She's pitched the entire game for Madison Southern, has 2 big hits as well that have driven in runs. She's up to 88 pitches now. And a 2-0 count, though, here to Robinson for the Lady Indians. Robinson making her first appearance of the game. It's going to be ball 3. Ball away from getting on base here. It's number 11, Luciana Robinson. Pitches inside for strike 1, makes it 3-1.
Can the Indians get anything going here and try to rally here late? Would take a MC miracle, you could say, to get back into this one.
That was going to be fouled off to left field for Robinson, so that'll make it a full count here, 3-2. You know, Landon, we talked about the pregame. Madison Central, really one of the top hitting teams in the 11th region. Terrell has done a terrific job tonight, and they got 2 in the top of the first real quick. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, here we go again, you know, with the Lady Indians potentially rolling to another victory, but an impressive performance by Southern. That'll be the first out here of the 7th as Robinson popped that one out to left. And now Lady Eagles 2 outs away. Anna Kate Kress making the catch out there for Madison Southern.
Now, if you're the Eagles, you can taste it. 2 away from pulling off this upset and making some history here at home tonight.
And you look at the Lady Eagles 2-5 on the season, just how much of a confidence builder this would be regardless of the rivalry and history aspect to it. Played a tough schedule so far. That ball is drilled by Riel Parks, but it's going to drop, and Anna Kate Kress gets herself another catch. Now Madison Southern is 1 away. The 12-1, Madison Southern fell to Frederick Douglass to start the season. They played GRC here and fell in a high-scoring affair. Lost to Madison Central on the road a couple weeks back. A tough loss to another one of their rivals against Rockcastle County down in Mount Vernon. So just how much this victory would mean for this team in this season, I think is just, you know, it's atmospheric. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, you feel like if you're Coach Carter and you can win this game tonight, you feel like you can compete with anybody in the 11th region. Madison Central, a team that is competed with every team they have played against in the 11th region. So they're right up there at the top of the 11th region. If you can pull this off here tonight, you feel like you have a shot against anyone.
Absolutely. You know, Southern opened the season with a 12-1 lost to Douglas here, as I mentioned. Central just lost that Douglas team 2-1. I mean, the growth that this Madison Southern team has showed is very impressive. And even from just 2 weeks when you were in Richmond for that last meeting. Darrell delivers. See this one, it went off the glove of Lillian Kirk. So not over yet as Molly Neely, senior for Madison Central, gets a single off the glove of Lillian Kirk. So we will keep playing for a little longer. And Neely gets her first hit of the game. Tough game for the senior, but certainly a terrific softball player. Has been playing for a long time. Talked about she's a terrific golfer as well, going to Eastern Kentucky University to play golf there. Kate Jury now up. Try this one, and that'll end it right there. Great play. I think it was Williams who made the throw to first. And for the first time in 5 years, ending an 11-game losing streak at the hands of their cross-county rival, the Madison Southern Lady Eagles have defeated the Madison Central Lady Indians in softball, 11-3. Your final score tonight, just the third win of the season for Madison Southern. They improved to 3-5, while Madison Central drops to 9-5. How about these Lady Eagles tonight, Landon?
Yeah, just an unbelievable performance from start to finish. They put it all together tonight, did everything that Coach Carter wanted them to do. I think he saw everything that he wanted to see, and now both teams have protected home field, and now we'll go to a neutral site in the district tournament to decide who will win that 44th district championship. Definitely going to be an entertaining matchup when they meet again for the third time. Kind of a tale of two different games. We'll see if they can meet in the middle and make a great game in the 44th district tournament.
I completely agree. I think it just makes the hype for this potential third meeting that much more accelerated. As the first meeting was a 10-1 victory for Central. Now we have an 11-3 victory for Southern, and we'll still wait and see on that draw whether these teams will play in the district semifinals potentially, and then if not, they might be on the opposite side, in which, of course, they would still have a shot at meeting in the district championship. We appreciate you all for tuning in with us tonight. Fun one, a beautiful night out in Berea. I think, Landon, if you're Madison Central, it's just a great chance to grow. Randy Hall is going to have to wait at least one more game. 2 days is when see where Madison Central goes from here, as they're now in a spot that they haven't been in a while in falling to Madison Southern.
Well, if you're Coach Randy Hall, this is just a teaching moment as he's talking to his ladies right now as we're watching on the field. You can't look past anybody. You can't overlook anybody. In this sport of softball, anybody can beat you on any given night if you slack off, if you have a lack of focus. Not suggesting that the Indians did, but definitely they were the favorites coming in tonight, and they fall, and an upset for them. But give credit to the Eagles tonight. They were on top of things all night long. Their pitching by their young freshman was spectacular, as she was the player of the game tonight. She was just on point and didn't allow that Indians hitting to get going like what happened in that first game. That was essentially one of the difference makers, and just never could seem to find the barrel, could never seem to find the ball if you were the Indians. But give credit. Keener obviously was spectacular with 2 home runs. Man, that's a different ball game. She doesn't hit those two home runs, which allotted 4 points. This is a different ball game down the stretch, but should make for a very entertaining matchup if we get it again in that district tournament.
And again, we appreciate you all for listening to us and watching us tonight on WBON TV, and we encourage you all to listen to more baseball and softball broadcasts that we will bring to you all as we progress towards that 44th district tournament, as Landon mentioned. For my color commentator, Landon Eads, my producer, Gage Hill, our cameraman, Aiden Mills, I am Garrett Stearns. Madison Southern upsets Madison Central tonight in softball, 11-3, your final score. We're signing it off from Berea, Kentucky on WBON TV.